How's it going, guys? Just another video out here in the garage again today. Gonna be doing something kind of just quick and also terrifying. So I know I mentioned in the last video that I was gonna be doing some stuff on my mom's 1968 Mustang right here. It's a little dark in here, well, at least dark right here, but basically just gonna be doing suspension. Gonna be doing new leaf springs, shocks, front springs, and doing brakes. So this had manual drum brakes, sorry, and we're converting it to power disc brakes. And also going to be doing wheels and tires most likely as well. So I've already got one side out. I wanted to experiment before I actually posted a video like this because this was terrifying to do. Now before I start doing anything on the car, I wanted to point out that we are doing a OEM style brake. So this is actually a Kelsey Hayes caliper for a 67 Mustang. This is a 68. CJ Pony Parts makes a conversion kit for all Mustang, first gen Mustangs. It's for all years. They have different pieces for whatever year that you have that come in the kit in case, yours isn't a 67 like this isn't. But I've had a couple issues with them. Everything for the most part was fine. It's just the crossover line that goes from this bank to this bank of pistons. On each front one, the fittings were rounded, so I had to basically destroy them to get them out. They were already rounded, so you can imagine that vice grips, because that's the only option I really had, really destroyed them. So hopefully they'll send me some new ones. I had filed a claim, but we'll see. If not, it's $20 or so to get a new set. But we got them powder coated and everything. They just got back a few days ago or so. Not sure if you can see it very well. It does have a bit of like a metallic sparkle to it. Let me see if I can get my flashlight on there, my phone. Yeah, now you can see it. But I am going to get this spring out on this side so you guys can watch me work with that death trap of a situation. So I'm going to get my my work light out, get it on the floor, and I'm going to get in that wheel well and start going to town. So in the wheel well, might be a little hard to see, but like many cars, the shock runs right through the spring. However, the body is actually what the spring presses into. It's not like a newer car where you have essentially a strut where your shock passes through. There's this control arm bracket here, and then this spring just presses up into the body essentially. So the first thing to do is just pull this shock out, and shocks don't really hold that much pressure, so it's pretty easy to just undo the bolts up top. So that's what we're going to do first. And also, you don't have to loosen up anything. I took this nut off, but I didn't really feel like trying that hard to get this off, but you can get it out. You can get this whole thing out without undoing anything here as far as other suspension and steering pieces. Alright, so you're going to have 2 1/2-inch bolts, and then the piece that this top of the shock bolts to has 3 9/16 nuts that you have to undo. And there's also 2 1/2-inch bolts on the bottom too, one on the front, one on the back. You have to do the front one with a wrench. You can get a socket on the back side with an extension. Okay, so now the shock is out. Got it here on the floor. So now all that's left is this spring here. Now, I'm sure there are different methods. You could actually get the spring out if you had the right style of external compressors. So, like I have this set right here. Now it's a really nice set, and it's got nice locking pins, so that way you don't have to, you feel a little safer, feel a little more confident that the spring isn't gonna frickin' catapult out of there and kill you. But these hooks are very bulky, and they're very large, and so the spring tucks so far up, you can't see on this side, but So you can only get the compressor, the hooks on them, to go, you know, just a little past the opening for this cavity. Any higher and you kind of run out of room to get the spring compressor on. So you can get about, you know, 4 or 5 coils, but it's really not enough to get it out. So it's actually like a 2-stage process. I use these, just not right away. It's kind of sketchy, but it works. If you had a more traditional style that has the smaller hooks, you could easily get that spring out with those. Although those things are, you know, these are a little more safer, and I like these. So I have an internal spring compressor. Don't mind this plate, just ignore that for a second. So normally there would be another one of these down here on the end, or just somewhere along here, and you know, you pull the coils together with these little hooking deals on each end. Now for this setup though, I left this on just to add some rigidity because this plate's kind of thin, but I took some angle iron, drilled a hole in it, and essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other hook set up on this end. I'm going to drop it down through the opening in the top, and then this angle iron will rest across the gap. That'll allow me to compress the spring enough that I can get the bottom retaining or holding plate for the spring and the shock. I can get that out with this piece, and then what I'll do is I'll loosen this compressor up as much as I can so that this spring is as expanded as it can be with this spring compressor on, and then I add these compressors to it, get them tight, and then gradually loosen up this one. Quite the process, but it works. Alright, so I've got the piece going through the top, resting across the angle iron. And then I've got it pretty snug down here. It's a little cockeyed, but it'll fix itself as I start tightening. But yeah, so I'm going to start tightening that up from the top, and then once that gets compressed enough, I'll be able to pull out this bracket right here. Spring's far enough up, you can just pull that out. And now I'm going to slowly let this down. And then I'm going to get this style compressor on there, one on each side, compress it a little bit, and then loosen this one up, and then you should be able to pull the whole unit out. Alright, so got the internal spring compressor still in, got the external ones on. I'm going to start loosening that top one, and then, you know, if I have to, I'll tighten these some more as I go, but I'm going to start loosening the top for now, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so the springs are out. Gonna have to order some parts first because I can't put it back together without getting some new bushings and some new spring perches for the bottom there. And I still have to get the back end up in the air and start doing that too. There's a lot of stuff to do. I gotta do new front lines, put the power master on, swap brake pedals. List of stuff going on with this car right now that I still have to do. Hopefully I have some stuff coming up with the engine here as well. But that's it for today. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Take it easy. Also, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.